Hi, my name is Anthony Flores. For my third project, I chose motion analysis on the golf swing. My athlete, I chose my dad, Lou Flores or Lightning. He's been playing golf for 30 plus years. He's an experienced and seasoned golfer and wants to improve his game and golf rounds by being able to use and hit the driver. He's previously struggled with using a driver and currently has one but doesn't use it. What is motion analysis? Motion analysis is the assessment of an athlete's or individual's motion. Motion analysis is used to capture the motion of an athlete's particular movement to ultimately improve or fix the athlete's desired movement. In this case, I will be improving my dad's driver swing through the use of motion analysis. Why the golf swing? I chose to analyze the golf swing because golf is a game that is dependent on score. If you're not able to hit a certain club, you're not able to score efficiently. In this case, my dad's previous scores have been affected by his inability to get off the tee box, where the driver is predominantly hit. Through motion analysis, I hope to deliver not only a better score, but a better swing to my dad and his confidence to use driver during the rounds of golf. Plan of action. Step 1. I want to review the fundamentals of a driver swing, then record baseline swings with my dad's driver. Then I want to analyze my dad's baseline swings, looking for any pros and cons to build off of. After that, I want to analyze a professional's driver swing and look at the fundamentals of that professional. Then I want to compare the swing fundamentals and look for differences in swings, look for improvements that can be made as well. Then I want to make the various changes in the swing, informing my athlete what can be done better. Then I'm going to record my athlete's swing with the implemented changes and reanalyze the swings, comparing the changed swing to the professional's and baseline swing. Before I look at the baselines, I want to take a look at the fundamentals and the steps to a driver swing. First, you want to have balance and nice wide stance, but not too wide, but ultimately balanced. Then, you want to align the ball with your left instep or front foot, which can be seen here in this picture. Then you want to bend at the knees and relax the muscles, not being too tense. Slightly tilt your left or front shoulder, which is pictured here, and you want to have your arms straight in a V shape, which is also pictured here. Next, we're going to take a look at the professional golf swing of the professional golfer Rory McIlroy. So taking a look at Rory's swing already, we can see that he has a balanced stance, he's open-footed, his front shoulder is slightly tilted, and he aligns the ball on his front instep. We can also see that Rory has a smooth and controlled tempo swing, with his backswing being smooth and fast, but also controlled through his follow-through. He also has bent knees and a V shape in his arms. We're going to take a look at that video again. Once again, Rory has a very controlled tempo swing here, keeping the club in line and keeping it nice and smooth through his follow-through. Now for my baselines. First, we're going to look at the setup analysis. So here's some pros. You can see my dad's knees are bent and relaxed. His arms are straight like a V, and the ball is aligned to his instep. What we don't see is he has a short stance. He's not really wide or balanced. His feet are a little bit open-footed, but not too much, and he has little to no shoulder tilt. Next, we're going to take a look at some videos of my dad's swing. All right, so first we have this view. And from the beginning, we can see he doesn't really have that much of a controlled tempo like Rory's swing. As you can see at the top here, hold on, play that again. At the top of his backswing, the club stops here, but it goes behind his head, unlike Rory staying on path. So that can lead to some errors. And he comes down, not really focusing his hips or firing his hips like Rory does. And then from this view, we can see, he has some pros here. His knees are bent. He has the V shape in his arms. Doesn't really have much shoulder tilt, but we'll work on that. So once again, you can see the club head going past his head here. Smooth follow through overall, but not what we're looking for. Watch that video again. This is a very fast takeaway. Unlike Rory, doesn't really have that much of a controlled tempo. Once again. And we're not seeing that much of a lower body use. So, moving on, we have the comparison to Rory's. All right, so here's Rory's swing. Like I mentioned before, he has that balance stance. He's open-footed. He has a front shoulder tilt, good alignment with his instep, controlled tempo swing. It's fast, but also controlled through the follow-through, and he has those bent knees. Also, you can see he really fires his hips down there. So we'll stop that. And you can see my dad swings here. Once again, he's not too balanced. You could see that his front shoulder is not too tilted, but we have some tilt there, so we'll work on that. And his backswing, it's not very controlled, not too much of a smooth tempo, what we're looking for like in Rory's swing. Then we have this view. So based off these baselines, we have some stuff we can work on. It's definitely not too bad, but we can build off it and make it a better swing overall. So I implemented some changes. As you can see, here's the baseline and here's his final changes. This is the setup. So already from the baseline, we see his knees are bent more. His arms are much more straighter than that V shape there. He has a much wider stance, a bunch of increased shoulder tilt, and the ball's just aligned better. And overall, he has better posture. Then here's his swings with the implemented changes. All right, so first we have this video. Already we can see he has a much better controlled tempo, much better balanced stance. At the top of his backswing here, it's much better than the first baseline. The club head on path, so once again, much better from the baseline. Then he has that smooth, controlled tempo. It's fast. It's going through the follow through as well. Then we have this view here. You can see his shoulder tilt, obviously. It's a lot better. The V shape in his arms, knees bent good. Then we're looking at that smooth follow through as well. We can also see that he starts using his lower body a little bit more. He starts firing those hips more, definitely a lot more, which will help with his distance and all that. Finally, we have the comparison to Rory swing with the implemented changes as well. All right, so here's Rory's swing. Then we have my dad's final swings with the implemented changes. We could definitely see it's a lot better in his backswing here. We'll pause that and go to Rory's swing again. So here's Rory's backswing. It's not quite the same, but it's definitely better from the baseline. So we'll work on that with him a little bit more, but definitely a lot better improvement. Along with his follow through, you can definitely see his tempo is a lot better. And then we have this view here. Definitely more balance. Again, his arms are straight, more shoulder tilt. And then we're going to see that implementation of the hips down there. He's firing those hips a lot more. So final thoughts and summary of improvements. So overall, we improved his shoulder tilt, his backswing, his overall tempo, his pace, going through that follow through. The ball placement improved a little bit more, and his use of a lower body. He definitely fired his hips a lot more compared to his baselines. And yeah, so summarizing here, after analyzing and making improvements to my dad's swing, he's going to put a driver in his bag and use it from now on. He's gained a lot more confidence in his abilities and hopes to improve his scores with the use of his improved swing. Thank you for listening to my project.